It hadn't been all that bad though, just a bit of bad luck, right? I had backup stuff, and it's not like I was ever gonna actually lose all my netherite stuff. I mean, it's basically impossible. It ain't even funny. The warden owns me. Let's just get my stuff back. Oh my gosh, it despawned. I had lost my second chance. I completely ruined it, but the game wanted me to keep going. I found the holy grail that was the silence armor trim. Finally getting the Wayfinder armor trim on the last block. It shows progress. Oh my god. 100%. Wait, what do you mean there's more achievements? That's right, there are more achievements. Just as I thought I was finished with Minecraft Bedrock Edition forever, the demon known as Minecraft 1.21 crept up on me. A while back, I had completed 125 out of the 125 achievements in the game, but as you can see, there are a few more. The Tricky Trials update was released at the same time as my big achievement video, which means it has been out for quite some time. The update features 4 new achievements for Bedrock Edition: Revolting for unlocking an ominous vault with an ominous trial key, Overkill for dealing 50 hearts of damage in a single hit using a mace, Who Needs Rockets for launching yourself upward 8 blocks with a wind charge, and Crafters Crafting Crafters for being near a crafter when it crafts a crafter. Man, these are some weird achievements, but I don't think they'll be a problem compared to Smithing with Style and Master Trader. However, they won't be a walk in the park either, as I have lost pretty much all of my valuable stuff like my elytra and all of my netherite tools, weapons, and armor. And yes, as you can tell, I will obviously be completing these achievements in the same world you know and love. How hard will these achievements be? There's only one way to find out. Join me as I attempt the road to 129 achievements. We're back in the world. Despite the last video I made in this series being uploaded in June, I actually last played in this world in April, which is an insane time gap. Immediately, I was faced with the bad memories of what had previously happened in this world. I had sacrificed all of my valuable items for a silly achievement, and now with this new update, I still have work to do. I knew I wasn't gonna try these achievements with mediocre stuff, so how was I supposed to get my stuff back? Phase 1. Get rich again. Now, if you're like me and have a world you've played in for more than 6 months, you probably have an immaculate number of backup stuff. I was back in diamond armor and tools in no time, but something was missing. In my resource chest, I was poor as hell. Well, not really, but a person like me shouldn't have next to no actual iron. What was I gonna do? I was out of ideas until I realized I had a literal pyramid of Giza made out of iron and diamond blocks sitting right outside of my house. I didn't want to get rid of it though, so instead of destroying it, I replaced some of the iron, gold, and diamond blocks with emerald blocks. Since, in case you've forgotten, I traded for 1,000 of these suckers and they're just laying around, so don't mind if I do. Boom, I am now financially stable. Phase 2. Regain netherite stuff. I knew I was gonna be in this world for quite some time, and having the very best armor and tools is gonna be vital to my success. I sheared lots of my sheep and made an astronomical amount of beds for the nether. Despite vowing to never set foot in the nether again after what happened in the last video, I went in there with confidence, knowing there was no way I was gonna die again. The first trip was a success. I went into the netherite mine I had previously mined in, and just went in a different direction. After blowing up all my beds, I exited the nether with 12 ancient debris. Not bad at all. With all the debris, I made 3 netherite ingots, and after duplicating my netherite upgrade trim many times again, I used the newfound netherite to upgrade my armor. Now I look a little more serious. Obviously this armor isn't as overpowered as the previous set I had, but it certainly does the trick. As an added bonus, I added my eye armor trims with emeralds to the netherite armor, except you chestplate, you're not even netherite. With the green texture, my armor now looks even cooler. Or does this just make me look goofy? I mean, it kinda looks like I have green eyebrows, but... Phase 3. Get wings. My old elytra wings were such a useful item in terms of achievement hunting in this world, and without them, I am nearly hopeless. Getting them back won't be a problem though, as I just need to go back to the end. And a problem they weren't. Since I had beaten the Ender Dragon for a second time in the previous videos, it had opened up a second gateway, meaning a better chance of finding more end cities. In case you remember, I had terrible luck with those end cities in part 2. I think I went 1 for 7 in terms of end cities with actual ships with elytra. But today, my luck was impeccable. Almost straight off the bat, I saw an end city with a ship, meaning I was able to get elytra immediately. It was too easy. And just as I was about to leave, I saw another end city ship in the distance. Why not get a second elytra? And to enter that second end city, I hit what is perhaps the coldest entrance of all time. Damn, I'm smooth. Anyways, after I got my second elytra, I flew back to the end gateway portal and rode my horse back home. On my way back, something extremely lucky and important happened. I encountered a random pillager patrol. Once I killed the captain, it gave me an ominous bottle, which will be extremely useful later on in the trial chambers. Just a very lucky thing that happened by pure chance. The recollection project is now over, except it wasn't. For some final touches, I wanted more netherite and wanted to repair my nearly broken diamond pickaxe with some quartz XP, which meant taking off all my armor with mending. Everything was fine until, I tried fighting a piglin without any armor. Seriously, I really can't survive in the nether at all. After getting my stuff back and after a bit more XP gathering, I headed home with 7 pieces of ancient debris in hand. I actually had a spare netherite scrap from a while back, so I had just enough to make 2 netherite ingots. I used those to upgrade my sword and pickaxe. Again, I'm sorry, chestplate. At last, my recollection plan was over. But that was the easy part. I had been focusing way too much on getting my stuff back that I forgot about what I was actually here for. Achievements! My main game plan for this was to obtain a trial chamber map from a cartographer, which meant leveling it up first. All I needed some glass panes and boom, trial explorer map acquired. Before I took to the skies to look for it though, I went back home to get some final items I might need, like my ominous bottle and some extra potions. Looking for this place was pretty easy actually. Even though trial chambers are underground, they are massive. So when I got to the right location on the trial map, I only needed to dig down for a bit. But it wasn't there. I had dug straight into a cave. Not to worry though, this place stuck out like a sore thumb. I'm pretty sure there's some sort of chunk error here because I don't know if it's supposed to look like this. Despite knowing about what I needed to do inside these chambers, I was completely new to them. I had never actually been in one, so it was actually very interesting looking around. Until one of the spawners spawned a breeze. One singular breeze, and that guy was so annoying. The little piece of wind attacked me 3 times then disappeared. I was not trying to find him again, so I went ahead and drank my ominous bottle to get trial omen. And boy oh boy, I was not ready for what was about to happen. A bunch of stray skeletons spawned right in front of me, and they were equipped with knockback 500 on their bows. I did not know what to do, so I just sat there like an idiot. What did I just get into? My game was lagging almost worse than how I lagged during the wither fight, and I thought I was gonna die. Eventually, I figured out that I could just charge in there like a tank and kill everything since I had OP armor, and they didn't really deal a ton of damage. And for my hard work clearing the skeletons, my reward was some nice steak. And my reward for clearing all the breezes were some nice delicious potatoes. Thanks, Minecraft. As I aimlessly wandered through the chamber, I ended up in a place with more spawners. The first one with husks gave me potatoes again, the second one with strays gave me golden carrots, and the third one straight up just gave me steak. Where is the one thing I came here for? Where in God's name can I find an ominous trial key? I entered a new room and this time it was like a Geometry Dash platform level. I first went to a skeleton spawner and killed some of them, which was the easy part, but then I left the high ground to fight more breezes. These breezes also had my rusty crusty Xbox running at 4 FPS the whole time. The only damage these breezes did to me was emotional damage because for the life of me, I could not reach them. I just spammed and oh, it's over. And my reward for all that? More potatoes and a potion. Let us commence forth with the exploration. I went to another room, but this time it was actually crazy. I began with attacking some breezes, which again, lagged my game. But then a zombie apocalypse began to spawn too. I severely underestimated these hungry desert zombie husks because they deal a crap ton of damage. All I could do was back into a corner with my shield out and pray. I sat there, waiting for a miracle until my shield broke and I was annihilated. I never learned, did I? Somehow this happens every time now. I have no idea how many times I've died in this series, but every time it feels way worse than the last. But as always, I'll get my revenge. To begin my comeback, Minecraft awarded me the Who Needs Rockets achievement for getting launched up 8 blocks by a wind charge shortly after I died, probably because I got comboed by a breeze during combat and I got launched up 8 blocks automatically. A weird way to earn my first 1.21 achievement. Thanks to my backup diamond gear and the second end city I found a few moments ago, I was able to get diamond armor and fly again. Despite that, I still needed rockets, so I took some iron tools and killed some creepers for gunpowder. At dawn, I took to the skies again, flying back to where I dug down to find the trial chamber. I seem to have taken way too long down there because I could not find my stuff. I was playing with fire right now. I do all this work to get my stuff back and I lose it immediately. Luckily, but not luckily, I saw the most horrific creatures approach me, husks with enchanted netherite armor and weapons. As I was swimming in this pool of water, struggling, fighting for my life as breezes attacked me from all directions, I came face to face with the husk with my stuff. This was my one chance for a second chance. The zombies turned into drowns, the breezes were untouchable, but once I finally cleared them out, the husk with all my stuff had perished. Finally, some of my stuff was back, but not all. The main stuff was there, like my armor and sword, but not my elytra or pickaxe, or anything else for that matter. It was a miracle I'd found that second end city. It was alright though. The only thing I need now is achievements. I approached another room in the trial chamber and attacked whatever came at me. No matter what, I was gonna get through. My life, everything was at stake here, but at last I was successful this time. For my near-death experiences, I was awarded yet again some baked potatoes, and finally the beloved ominous trial key. Instantly, I used it to unlock an ominous vault. It gave me an armor trim, some arrows, and a diamond chestplate. Not exactly what I needed. I want and need to get the insanely rare heavy core from it, but it's alright, as it gave me the revolting achievement for unlocking an ominous vault shortly after. Alright, we have 2 achievements left. One easy, one hard. I wanted to continue, but I had a few problems to deal with at first. First, my trial omen effect is gone because, you know, I died. And second, I didn't have much good stuff. I actually needed something better than an iron pickaxe to get me through this endgame. So I flew back home and had a little break from these terrifying, tricky trial chambers. At my base, I just had a small little reset and got better tools. I then flew around to find a brand new pillager outpost to get bad omen in a bottle. From there, I went back to the trial chamber and fought off more waves of mobs, and this time, I got much better loot. Finally, luck was kind of on my side, as I got 3 ominous keys from the loot. Now it was time for opening the vaults. Right now I'm praying to get a heavy core from these things, since it's used to craft the mace, and I need to use the mace for the overkill achievement. The main problem with that achievement is that heavy cores are colossally rare. I'm pretty sure they have like an 8% chance of dropping from an ominous vault, but with my luck, it's gonna be a lot rarer than that. As expected, I did not get it from the 2 vaults, and the only useful thing I got was an ominous bottle that I can use later. You could also argue that an enchanted golden apple I got could be useful too, but whatever. I was done with the first chamber, so I flew all the way back home to store lots of crap for my cluttered inventory. Another thing I did was fix my achievement hall in some way. In case you're new, I made a hallway dedicated to every single achievement in Minecraft Bedrock Edition, each with their own sign and item frame. There was only one slight problem with it. There was one item which I included twice for 2 different achievements. This is funny because in the last video, I strictly made sure that every achievement should have a unique item in their item frame. That item was the golden apple, which I repeated across the zombie doctor and overpowered achievements. To fix this, I simply replaced the regular golden apple in the overpowered item frame with my enchanted golden apple. Whew. That did not have to have that much explaining, but whatever. For my ongoing adventures, I flew back to the village and traded with a cartographer for another trial explorer map. It led me to a different one, and when I dug down and found it, I used my 1 remaining ominous key to unlock another vault. Still no luck. I then drank my ominous bottle and went through more waves of mobs, got more keys, unlocked more vaults, but still no luck. Vault after vault, and the heavy core was nowhere to be found. It was the same process. Find a new chamber, kill more mobs, get more keys, unlock more vaults. It felt impossible. I know I'm recapping this pretty quickly, but it takes forever. Getting these achievements are annoyingly painful to say the least. Each new trial was a new level of disappointment. Even God apples seemed easy to get compared to a singular heavy core. I was questioning whether or not this thing existed until... It was a miracle. I finally found it. The end was near. I was so close. No more trial chambers for me. I very quickly flew back home and immediately crafted a mace with the heavy core and a breeze rod. I felt unstoppable once again. Then, the next achievement I got had absolutely nothing to do with anything I just did. Basically, I made a crafter, then arranged the items inside said crafter to make another crafter. I then flicked a lever to craft a crafter, getting me crafters crafting crafters. This is definitely the most times I've said the word crafters before. Before my final achievement, I made my achievement haul a little bit bigger to include the 4 new achievements of 1.21. It was actually pretty nice seeing this haul get extended. Tearing down the back wall with smithing with style felt weird, but it was alright once I added the signs of each new achievement. When I was done with that, there was only one focus on my mind, and that was getting overkill. In case you didn't know, the mace deals more damage when you use it to critical hit something, and that damage gets higher the more blocks you fall from. And to deal over 50 hearts of damage, that sure means you need to fall from quite a distance. I first used a pig as the test subject and trapped it in a boat. My first attempt at this was pathetic, as I somehow completely missed. My second attempt, however, was a straight success. The only problem was I was not falling from high enough. Yeah, you need to be falling from maximum altitude to deal that much damage, and I severely underestimated the falling height. My next attempt at this was on a sheep, which I named Jeb _ because of obvious reasons. I trapped it in a small pen area with water in case I missed, which I did on the first attempt, and the next, next, and the next, except this time, I somehow managed to die even with maximum safety measures. And to make matters worse, a zombie villager emerged from the depths and ransacked all of my primary possessions. Of course it can't reach me if I keep knocking it back, but since it's using my armor, I can't even pack a punch on this guy. So instead of spamming the attack button for an hour straight, I risked it all by trying to retrieve my mace, and I almost died again. When I got my mace back, I was way too tired to continue, but I kept going anyway. I missed again and again, and even killed the sheep by accident, so I required a replacement. I had to choose more sheep from my animal pen, which was actually hilarious, but I had to lock in. Attempt after attempt, I kept missing, and I kept making this ugly tower of cobblestone bigger next to my base. Trust me, this achievement is much easier than it seems. I'm just bad at the game. I was about to give up, but finally, I did this. The mace made a cool sound, so I knew I did something right. I hopped out of this obscure structure thing, and then the game gave me my 129th and final achievement. This was a monumental feat. I was done at last. Every achievement was finished. Every last one. 129 out of 129. I went ahead and got some item frames for the achievement haul. The unique items I used for the achievements were a wind charge for Who Needs Rockets, a leftover ominous trial key for revaulting, a crafter for crafters crafting crafters, and finally, my very own mace for overkill. Despite only taking a couple days, the challenge felt like a year in the making, cause it kinda was. I thought I finished everything back in June, until the update dropped right then and there. But at last, I'm gonna be finished with Minecraft Bedrock Edition for a while. I'd like to once again thank every single viewer who sees this, whether you're a longtime viewer or someone new. But to finally cut the yapping and to wrap it up, I'd like to say, slap just slap out. This was the true ending. For now.